Wait, before you think this video is about defeating other people, it's not. Because the hardest battles you'll ever fight won't happen in front of an audience. They'll happen inside your own mind. The battle against anger, the battle against fear, the battle against giving up, the battle against the need to prove yourself. And here's the strange part. You can win an argument and still lose your peace. You can defeat an enemy and still remain controlled by them. You can get everything you wanted and still feel completely defeated inside. The Stoics understood something most people never learn. The greatest victory isn't controlling the world around you. It's becoming so disciplined, so calm, and so mentally strong that the world can no longer control you. And once you understand that, you'll see every challenge differently. The first secret is knowing which battles are actually worth fighting. Most people fight too many battles. They argue over opinions. They react to insults. They chase people who don't value them. They try to control situations that were never theirs to control. And slowly, they waste their energy on things that don't matter. Imagine a warrior carrying only a limited amount of strength into battle. Would he waste it fighting every person he sees? Of course not. He would choose carefully. Your energy works the same way. Every argument costs something. Every emotional reaction costs something. Every unnecessary conflict takes attention away from your real goals. The Stoics understood this deeply. They divided life into two categories: what you can control and what you cannot. Your thoughts, your choices, your actions, your responses. These belong to you. Someone else's opinion, not yours. Someone's decision to leave, not yours. The past, not yours. The outcome of every situation, not completely yours. But your response, that remains your responsibility. And this is where your power begins. The moment you stop fighting battles you cannot win, you gain the energy to win the battles that actually matter. The second secret is learning to remain calm when everyone expects you to react. Anyone can stay calm when life is comfortable. Real strength appears when something goes wrong. Someone insults you. Someone betrays your trust. A plan fails. You receive criticism. Your first instinct may be to react, to defend yourself, to prove your point, to make the other person regret what they did. But pause. Ask yourself, if I react emotionally, who is really in control? Because the moment someone can control your emotions, they have influence over you. Imagine someone holding a remote control. Every button changes your behavior. Anger, fear, jealousy, pride. If someone else can press those buttons, you aren't completely free. The Stoic response is different. Pause, observe, think, then choose. Not because you're weak, but because you refuse to hand your self-control to someone else. Sometimes your silence is stronger than your argument. Sometimes walking away is more powerful than winning. And sometimes, the greatest victory is simply refusing to become the person your opponent wants you to become. The third secret is using adversity instead of fearing it. Most people see obstacles as interruptions. The Stoic sees them as training. A difficult person teaches patience. A failure teaches humility. A rejection teaches independence. A setback teaches resilience. The obstacle becomes part of the education. Imagine a muscle. It doesn't become stronger because life was easy. It becomes stronger because it was challenged. Your mind works the same way. Every difficult experience gives you an opportunity to practice something. Patience, courage, discipline, acceptance, self-control. This doesn't mean you should search for suffering. It means that when difficulty arrives, don't waste it. Ask yourself, what is this situation giving me the opportunity to practice? That question can transform the way you experience hardship. Instead of thinking, why is this happening to me? You begin asking, what can this make me become? And suddenly, the obstacle is no longer just an obstacle. It's training. The fourth secret is refusing to let your ego choose your battles. Your ego wants to be right. It wants the last word. It wants recognition. It wants everyone to know that you were right and they were wrong. But your ego doesn't care about your peace. It cares about winning. And sometimes, winning the argument costs more than losing it. Think about how many conflicts could have ended peacefully if someone had simply stopped trying to prove themselves. A powerful person doesn't need to correct every misunderstanding. They don't need to respond to every criticism. They understand that being misunderstood for a moment is sometimes better than losing your peace for hours. The question isn't always, can I win this? Sometimes the better question is this worth my energy? That question alone can save you from countless unnecessary battles. Because maturity isn't knowing how to fight every battle. It's knowing when not to fight at all. The fifth secret is mastering yourself before trying to master anything else. People often want power, more money, more influence, more respect, more control. But none of those things matter if you cannot control yourself. What happens when you're angry? What happens when you're rejected? What happens when nobody is watching? What happens when you have the opportunity to choose comfort over discipline? Those moments reveal your real character. A person who cannot control their impulses is controlled by them. A person who cannot control their attention will constantly be distracted. A person who cannot control their emotions will always be vulnerable to emotional manipulation. But when you begin mastering yourself, everything changes. You become harder to provoke, harder to distract, harder to manipulate, and much harder to defeat. Because your greatest strength isn't that nothing can hurt you. It's that pain no longer decides what you become. Now bring everything together. Choose your battles. Control your reactions. Use adversity as training. Silence your ego. Master yourself. These principles create something far more valuable than victory over another person. They create inner authority. You stop needing the world to behave exactly the way you want. You stop demanding that everyone understand you. You stop wasting energy on things outside your control. And slowly, you become calmer, more focused, more disciplined, more difficult to shake. That's the Stoic secret. You don't win every battle by defeating everyone around you. You win by refusing to let every battle defeat you. Life will keep testing you. There will be days when everything goes wrong. People will disappoint you. Plans will fail. Opportunities will disappear. And sometimes, you'll lose battles you desperately wanted to win. But remember this. Losing an outcome doesn't mean losing yourself. A setback isn't the same as defeat. A rejection isn't the end. A difficult season isn't your identity. You only truly lose when you surrender control of the person you're becoming. So when the next battle arrives, don't rush. Don't panic. Don't let anger make the decision. Take a breath. Observe. Choose. And ask yourself, what response would make me stronger? Then choose that response. Because the strongest person isn't the one who wins every confrontation. It's the one who can walk through chaos and still remain himself. That is the Stoic secret. Master yourself, and you'll discover that many of the battles you feared were never yours to fight. If this video gave you a new way to look at strength, subscribe for more Stoic lessons on discipline, emotional control, resilience, and self-mastery. And remember, not every battle deserves your energy. Sometimes, your greatest victory is simply keeping your peace.